Gennaro Gattuso has reportedly entered the race to replace Steve Bruce as Newcastle boss, with the fiery Italian eyeing a rescue mission. The Magpies are currently second bottom of the Premier League and are still winless after 9 games of the season. Saudi Arabia's public investment fund bought the club from Mike Ashley a fortnight ago, in the hope that they could replicate the success of Manchester City under Sheikh Mansour's ownership. But their reign as owners has got off to an inauspicious start, with Newcastle having failed to win a game since they took control. Reports linking Bruce with being sacked emerged almost as soon as it was announced the Saudis had bought the club. The Englishman was allowed to stay in charge for the visit of Tottenham, which was also his 1,000th game as a manager. But a 3-2 defeat to Nuno Espirito Santo's side saw Bruce finally sacked, with Newcastle having lost 3 of his last 5 matches. Graham Jones was then put in caretaker charge, leading the side for their trip to Crystal Palace, with a Callum Wilson goal securing a point at Selhurst Park. But as of yet, there is no sign of the vacancy being filled, despite reports that Paulo Fonseca was the favoured candidate of minority owner Amanda Staveley. Former Roma boss Fonseca has still not been confirmed as Bruce's replacement, with a new candidate now throwing his hat into the ring. That candidate is Gattuso, whose last job was with Fiorentina, though he quit the Serie A side just 2 weeks after being appointed. That incident came in June, with the former midfielder having not returned to management since then. But according to Italian journalist Fabio Santini, the 43-year-old is now eyeing the vacancy at Newcastle. According to Santini, Gattuso is even willing to accept a short-term contract, with his aim to keep the Magpies in the Premier League. Attention, there is a sensational twist for what concerns Gennaro Gattuso. The coach could land in the Premier League, at Newcastle, Santini told 7 Gold's TV show Il Processo. The Calabrian coach would also accept a fixed-term contract until the end of the current football season. Newcastle supporters are unlikely to be overjoyed at the news that Gattuso, who has developed a reputation for being a fiery coach, has put his name forward to take over. He had a series of short-term jobs with Sion, Palmero and Crete before taking charge of AC Milan, though he left the club after failing to qualify for the Champions League. His most successful stint as a manager came at Napoli, who he led to the 2020 Coppa Italia, though he was sacked after missing out on the Serie A top 4 last term.